Okay, here's Spanish Melody. It's a really pretty little piece that's in a waltz, meaning that each bar has three beats in it. And I found it in a book called Hawaiian Ukulele: The Early Methods, which is published by Centerbrook Publishing. And it's a piece that a lot of my students like. It favors a high G tuning. Low G will still work, but it's a little bit, it's not quite the same. Some of the melody notes are actually on the G string, so they sound too low when you're on a low G tuning. So here I'll play it through, and then I'll talk about it a bit. Okay, so the first thing I get students to do is I get them to listen to the melody of the song, the tune of the song, not all the right hand stuff, not the chords, but just the tune of the song, and I get them to sing that along with me. So here's me just playing the melody. I'm going to play it along with a simple chordal backing that I played on my new MyMO baritone ukulele, and I'll play the melody along with that, and you can learn the melody that way. Great. So listen through that a few times, and then try and sing along with it, and try and cement that melody in your head. Like I say in the article in on the newsletter, the Ukulele in the Dark newsletter, it becomes kind of the structure or the backbone that we hang all the details of the song off of. So really get a good feel for that, and also as I say in the newsletter. Make sure that you go through and play the chords a few times too, so you have an idea of the harmonic movement of the song. Okay, now here's for some details in the song. One of the things that's important is the right hand technique in this song, and I'm going to show you that just with a simple C chord here. There's a simple pluck, strum, strum in the right hand. So the right hand we pluck the two outside strings. I call that the outside pluck. Outside pluck, strum, strum. Outside pluck, and we strum down with the index finger. Strum, strum. We can also do the outside pluck, pluck, strum, strum, and strum with our thumb. Pluck, strum, strum. It gives a little darker sound. That's with the index finger, and here's with thumb. I sometimes vary between those two things depending on how I feel at different points in the piece. So. Also, sometimes people like to do the outside pluck using their middle finger here instead of their index finger. Pluck, strum, strum. So they're plucking with those two fingers and strumming with the index finger. So that's index finger or middle there. And that's pretty much it. The other thing in the right hand that you'll see happen is that we sometimes have an inside pluck. I call it the inside pluck. We pluck the thumb is on the same string, but the index finger is on the E string. So that goes like this. There, I'm strumming down with my thumb, but that we strum it down with the thumb or with the index finger or with the thumb is fine. But the inside pluck is those two strings, okay? I guess from here on in I'm just going to strum down with my thumb, just not to confuse anybody. Because there's your inside pluck, okay? So you got your outside pluck, and you got your inside pluck. Okay? So here's the first part of the song. Presumably you've learnt the melody. Presumably you've even started to pick the melody out on the ukulele, and we add that pluck, strum, strum right hand technique along with the chords in the left hand. So we start off with a C chord, so that's pretty easy. So we pluck, strum this. Open. Yeah? So all outside pluck for that, and then we go to the G7 with an outside pluck. And then an inside pluck on the G7, and then we go to the C chord. That's the whole first part. Alright? That's the whole first part. Now that repeats, and then we get to the second part, which starts with we pluck 3 times in a row, which is kind of exciting. Goes like, this is my favorite part of the song, and most of my students love this part too. Yeah. And then we go to an F chord. So we go pluck, 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 F chord, strum, strum, and then we add a note here, a C note on the 3rd fret. We just strum once, and here's the only single note in the whole song. So that whole bit was yep. And continuing on, outside pluck, inside pluck, G7, inside pluck, C, triple pluck. Note there, single note, G7, and then we got this bit. Take that finger off, put it back on, and then C. Here's the second part. Here's the second part. Here's the second part again, really slow. That last chord I made a little mistake actually. Didn't seem to matter, still sounded good. Okay, here's the whole piece again, and then I'll say goodbye. All for now. Bye-bye.